A lot of people have been dying to find out what kind of lore the presumable remains of Project Titan would have to offer, and especially after the launch of their various cinematic shorts, people wonder what on earth is going on. In this video, I'd like to explain what we know of Overwatch's lore to date as fast as possible. Overwatch is an international task force combining the most skilled and knowledgeable soldiers, scientists, doctors, and adventurers from all over the world. This organization was born out of a necessity, namely the Omnic Crisis. A company going by the name of Omnica Corporation specialized and revolutionized robotic manufacturing, leading the world to the verge of an economic golden age. Massive factories of automated construction machines and self-improving software algorithms, marketed as Omniums, were installed all over the world. What seemed like a massive leap forward for humanity with promises of growth and yet unseen output was found to never come true. Omnica Corporation would be forcibly dissolved after an investigation uncovered evidence of fraud, and Omniums were shut down. To everyone's surprise, those dismantled Omniums would later wake themselves up, launching a military campaign against all of humanity. The reason for the aggression was unknown, and as much as each country thought they had what it takes to fight the threat, the adaptability of those robots that was once celebrated by humanity would mean the downfall of every military approach. Humanity was on the verge of destruction. While no country succeeded in defending its own territory, some soldiers and strategists proved remarkable adaptability themselves in regards to this new brand of warfare. The United Nations then decided to bring those masterminds together to form a small, nimble team to fight the threat. Morrison, Emari, Liao, Wilhelm, and Lindholm would from then on be known as the founders of Overwatch. Overwatch succeeded in what nobody else has done before, launching highly secretive missions targeting the Omnic's command and control protocols. It took great sacrifices, sales of Overwatch, but ultimately they succeed and rendered the Omnic armies inert. From there on, the mission of Overwatch was to create and maintain global stability. No task would be too difficult for this elite task force, no matter if rogue Omnics, warmongering dictators, or even natural disasters. The world saw Overwatch as a symbol of hope. An entire generation would grow up seeing them as the best of humanity. But that would not last. Overwatch was never short of critics, demanding such powerful group of individuals needed careful oversight. Rumors of Black Ops missions including assassination, kidnapping, torture, and worse would not fade, and later found to be true. The final years of Overwatch existence revealed a top-secret division called Blackwatch that indeed was tasked with taking out missions that people have rumored about for so long. As public distrust swelled, an explosion caused by a battle between Overwatch Commander Jack Morrison and Blackwatch Commander Gabriel Rice would lead to the destruction of the Overwatch headquarters in Switzerland. Jack Morrison was later assumed dead, but of course, we viewers know that he came back under the identity of Soldier 76. The United Nations were forced to shut down Overwatch, though few doubted that decision to be right. The world had never been more peaceful. The biggest threat to global stability and growth was, in many minds, Overwatch itself. Its time had passed. Throughout the years after the shutdown of Overwatch, the world has changed. A movement promoting Omnic civil rights and citizenship gained traction. The global economy surged. There seemed to be no shortage of good news. But of course, where you find light, there is also darkness. Tension between humans and Omnics had never been higher, especially after the assassination of the Omnic spiritual leader, Tech Halthor Mondata, through the hands of a mercenary. Local political leaders have accused certain corporations of using covert operatives to persuade government officials into accepting exploitative deals and, when that failed, of hiring mercenaries to enact more permanent solutions. We've seen shadow organizations operating with impunity, often leaving a trail of dead civilians in their wake. It seems like the former Overwatch agents couldn't watch this any longer and decided to take action without official orders, sides of the UN.
Never accept the world as it appears to be. Dare to see it for what it could be.
Establishing agent connections.
Surveillance footage of a museum showed two ex-Overwatch agents risking life and limb against two frighteningly capable mercenaries, and the theft was prevented. Surprisingly, the heist did not result in any deaths. This footage caught the world's attention. one looked closely, they'd see that the will of Overwatch, that once has been a symbol of hope for many, had never been gone. It came to show that the Overwatch generation has grown up, and those still believe in hope. Some have chosen to act upon it in astonishing ways. Considering the news from around the world in recent years, a Chinese environmentalist with a taste of adventure saved a nest of endangered Arctic wildlife from a collapsing glacier using nothing but her own inventions. A musician from Brazil became a hero of his favela when he exposed and destroyed a corporation's exploitive use of the local land. A professional gamer turned into mech pilot has become a celebrity in Korea to her publicized acts of heroism. We know that Overwatch agents have been called to active duty once again by Winston after repelling an attack from the former Blackwatch commander Gabriel Rice, known as Reaper. What happened prior to this was the assassination of the Omnic spiritual leader Tekhaltha Mondata, an act that Lena Oxton, known to the public as Tracer, tried to prevent but unfortunately failed.
Looks like the party is over.
Winston and Tracer joined forces and successfully fought off Reaper and Widowmaker in the museum, catching the world's attention. In the meantime, other ex-Overwatch agents have also acted. Genji, assumed dead by his brother Hanzo, revealed himself to still be very alive. The brothers speak of tales, and it is obvious that they hold different ideological beliefs, but Genji seems to want to convince his brother, who seems to be an extremely skilled archer, to join forces with him and presumably the rest of Overwatch.
The world is changing once again, Hanzo, and it's time to pick a side.
Ex-Overwatch commander Jack Morrison, now operating under the identity of Soldier 76, has set himself the goal of hunting down whoever brought Overwatch down. While his motives seem guided by hatred and a lust for vengeance, he still didn't lay off his old habits, that including to risk his own life to save others. The most recent animated short called Hero cites "Old habits die hard" for one ex-Overwatch agent in our fourth and final animated short for this season, so we can safely assume that we will be blessed with more of such amazing pieces of artwork next to the digital comic series. The story of Overwatch is an ongoing one. New heroes and maps have been confirmed to be released on some point later in the future, possibly pushing the narrative forward. We can certainly be excited for what is to come, but for now, this is the basic story evolving around the universe of Overwatch. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and if you did, feel free to leave a like to let me know. Maybe a comment telling me if I forgot something you deem important, or just generally your thoughts on the franchise. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.